Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more 1348 Ex Voto. Now I'm going to stick with this game and try and finish it off because it's a relatively short game. There are allegedly only 9 or 10 chapters in the game. But before pressing on with this particular chapter, I have a theory I want to voice. I think that Bianca is going to be the big bad villain at the end of the game. She wasn't captured by the bandits, they've made that quite clear. Either she took the opportunity of the bandit attack to run away from society and go off on her own to do what she wants to, or she joined up with them. Perhaps she even arranged for them to come and attack the town so that she could escape from the life she does not want to be a part of. Also, she is a bad friend to Aeta. At the beginning of the game, when Aeta was training, Bianca was mean to her. She was... I think it was supposed to look like playful romantic teasing, but it came across more as manipulative and bullying. And nasty and mean, honestly. And I suspect that if this is the kind of modern audience story I think it is, and Aeta has now sworn an oath to rout out and destroy all of the brigands in this area, she's going to find that the leader of the brigands, or at least one among the company living quite freely, is Bianca, who's quite unrepentant and probably mocks her and goes, "Oh, you silly girl, playing by normal society's rules, why couldn't you have just run away and lived outside society like I do? Now I'm going to kill you," or something like that. And Aeta will be emotionally devastated and go, "No," and fall down to her knees, and well, maybe not quite that bad. And the authors will get to go, "Ha, we got you with our total surprise plot twist that you could see miles away. But aren't we so clever to have done this and totally subverted what looked like a romantic story? Gotcha." We'll see if it plays out that way. Meantime, we are in this area.
Enough. The Lord said the camp was at a tower farther upstream. If all goes well, I should reach it long before sunset.
We'll see how that goes.
God willing, I shall fulfill my vow today.
Which one?
I will find the Briganti. Find you.
Can we go down there? Probably not. Will the game allow us to do so? Probably not. I shouldn't tempt fate. And since we are completely out of food items as they appear to have been stripped, I don't know if I missed one or two sword parts in the keep. However, we have our fancy pommel and grip. Since there are theoretically 9 or 10 chapters, if we ignore the first, in chapter 2 we got these two parts, in chapter 3 we may get these two. We'll see. I think I'd like to hold off on trying to purchase any more, see if we can save up for a fancy upgrade next time, because we don't know when these will come into play. And it would be nice to have something available for those. The first light attack is always a perfect attack. That's 50 points. Do I really need that? I may be able to pull it off anyway. Oh, but the perfect attacks are the follow-up attacks, aren't they? So it literally can't be. Alright. I am on the lookout for... well... for supplies. And I believe we're going to have to go under this, which I think is shift again. Nope, space. And that
Follow the stream through the woods.
looks almost like there's someone on the bridge there, but I think it's just the way it's constructed. Just the way it was constructed. Now, I am on the lookout for potential foes and trying to be alert, because I'm completely lacking in healing supplies right now. Are there likely to be camps full of foodstuffs scattered around? Probably not on the approach to the tower.
This bridge has been long neglected, yet it looks serviceable.
Quite so. Now, while my prediction would very much be true to the kind of story that is produced for what is called the modern audience nowadays, they also claimed it was inspired by the medieval romances, which would not have that kind of twist. They might introduce some kind of false temptress who would lead the hero astray, or suitor who would lead a heroine astray, but such a character would be introduced as such immediately, without it being some kind of surprise later on. And the hero or heroine would show their virtue by not falling for it for very long. Although, quite often long enough for the damage to be done.
The trail leads away from the stream. I
Yep.
must keep my bearings in these woods.
Yes, what else leads away from the stream? Hang on. Am I allowed, nay, permitted, to venture along the stream in search of supplies? Just in case some manner of healing herbs. Wow, that's an interesting waterfall. A nasty rock jutting out in the middle. I think that rock is a blocker, and there'll be like a blocking area around it to prevent me from getting too close to it.
I hope these are the right kind.
Well, let's keep picking. That's a very bright yellow light there on the moss on the rock. But it did guide me to those healing mushrooms. Yes, let's hope they're not unhealthy mushrooms. And if we can go up here as well, kind of invalidates the bridge. Trail leads away from the stream. If this can be called a trail. Suspicious. This almost looks like there'll be combat afterwards. It would be nice to have a few more supplies beforehand, however. And we got an autosave. Lovely. We can discover how badly I have forgotten how to fight.
These ruins are old, abandoned long before the trail was.
And yet perhaps worth investigating, for ancient treasures, or parts of swords, may lie therein. If the old chapel by the keep was anything to go by last time. Additionally, some form of restorative nourishment may be available. If these ruins are uninhabited by the brigands, we should ask why. Perhaps the plague emptied out this place many years ago. Wow, we're not going over that fallen branch. And yes, I am casting about myself.
There are too many shadows here.
Yeah. Too many shadows for knaves to hide in.
This place was large. A village, perhaps? Yet it feels small, fleeting, compared to the trees.
Nature has reclaimed its own. Now, let's think about this. If this is the main trail, then that could be more of a side venture. Again, prime spot for an ambush. And this may be the path leading away. Don't like that rustling in the trees. Let's go back. What's causing rocks to tumble down? It's as if something may be moving up there. Okay, we can cross through there without needing a button press. That's good to know. Many mushrooms. What was that? That little lag spike there.
I dare not disturb these, or Mama Kikyo will chase me.
Looks like a fairy ring. Alright, let's not disrespect the ruins by going full run, even though the speed difference is negligible. But we shall explore this little side venture.
Smells good.
Does it? Okay. Nothing overt so far. Evil platforming. The bane of every good game design.
You could see me. Aeta, do not play on the castle walls.
And here we are.
Platform. But no sign of the hunter. Far safer to hunt boar from a perch. Oh, San Francesco and the wolf. Our priest would tell me this tale. Another trinket for Bianca's Ex Voto necklace.
Yeah, about that. I wonder if I may have missed one of these. Potentially here. That's 2 knots, right? That's 1 knot. So I may have missed something here back at the keep. Oh well. Paper? Wow, 5, 10 and 20. And now that we've robbed all the hunter's paper, we may have earned his ire. I want to see if I can climb up there. I shouldn't be able to. And I did say I was going to save these. I don't think I'll save for the initiative. I want to save. It might be nice to gain one of these. But we can wait. Right. Easy go. And I suspect this cannot be climbed up. Well, down we go. There's the fairy ring once again. Can we get up on this? We can. Not that it was necessarily worth it. So now we're headed firmly in this direction, through the chink in the wall. Rather large chink, mind. And again, the path forks. Something tells me the fallen tree marks the correct way in this far opener path. I should have tried to get a good vantage point. Wait. That looks rather more man-made than natural. Or is this just completely blocked? Nope, it's not.
This place feels different somehow, as if the forest holds its breath.
Yeah, a magical place, perhaps. Not a tower, so that's a good sign.
An ancient oak. The lord of this forest.
Ancient indeed. No interaction? Just fallen stones, okay. Oh, really?
My name is Aeta, mio signore. I search your woods for my friend.
A little whimsical. Respectful. I mean, this looks like it was built for us to ascend.
An altar to the old gods.
In this part of Italy?
A charm. To ward against the evil eye. Taking such a blessing won't hurt.
Let's see now. How do we equip trinkets? Oh, there's... Well, he's automatically equipped anyway, isn't he? Oh, I see. Chance of doubling food on pickup. Okay. We're not doing anything else with these points right now. This gap looks like we might have missed something. Oh well. This feels like an ancient place of peace and worship. The old gods are sleeping, and should not be disturbed with violence and death. And so I believe foes will not find us in this place. Hello? Were we supposed to find this first?
Offerings and charms hanging from the branches. I witnessed Mother making similar once, when I was ill.
I don't believe that's the way we entered the clearing. I believe we came in over there. And that this will lead us back to the main path, with this cliff to my left being the thing that looked particularly man-made. And back over yonder are the ruins with the aforementioned chink in the wall.
Running water. I must be close to the stream.
Yeah, but that also looks like a possible campsite up ahead. Actually, it's probably just rocks and branches.
I cannot carry more provisions.
Okay, that's full. If we're on full inventory, including our expanded... Hello. Our expanded carrying capability, we can expect imminent danger. Let us be prepared.
That Venetian spice is valuable.
Briganti.
They don't seem to have anything else to say.
I keep telling you, it's medicine. Prevents. Who are you?
Okay, well, I got you.
Right. But that cannot be all of them. Their main camp must be farther upstream.
Z to heal, isn't it? No? Q? Q, okay. Let us... Really? R then. Instead of space. So, can we backtrack and pick up a few more mushrooms and herbs from the forest? Because we took a few hits there. I didn't pull off any blocks or parries. Made a few attempts. That looks like all we're going to get. Okay. Better than nothing, I suppose. Now that we are encountering brigands, we may also encounter their supplies. And should not expect this place to only have 2 guards when it's a building of this size. Well, by guards I include occupants. A nice little wooden toolbox there. Lovely. I presume I'm not supposed to break that.
These steps have collapsed.
Indeed.
This looks to be the only way onwards.
It's almost as if there's some blatant platforming to be done. Oh, okay.
No, I cannot move it. Not while this beam rests here.
Well,
If
guess
I can
what?
free the box, I can use it to reach the doorway.
I may be able to hack through that, but I see no need just yet. Right. Oh, you want me to... Really? Okay, clicking and holding wasn't working. Repeated clicking was. So that has dislodged that beam by allowing this wheel to turn more, I believe. This is painfully basic platforming. And I presume we're now to move this from this side.
There! It worked!
Nope, it won't let me. So. We're through. To more danger. And mushrooms I see on the left there. This looks nice. We can explore there momentarily. Let us pray we can pick these safely. Anything here for us? Okay, we can climb over that. Rather unnecessary, I feel. However, oh, let me guess. That no, and this wheel is not turning. How very odd. The inner wheel is turning. We've freed it up. I think I heard footprints. No, footsteps, rather, among the foliage. Let's explore this hovel to the side first. It does appear rather run down and abandoned. I see a large square cubic box which may need to be moved. Okay. More learning. This moving of large square boxes to solve puzzles in action adventure games with minor stealth or puzzle elements has become very popular recently. Now, where would I place this? I imagine I cannot push it beyond this stone here, or even up this slope. So we would be looking in this direction, or this way. So if I were to move it out here, potentially all the way along here, would I be attempting to fill a gap in a broken bridge? Its purpose does not yet seem clear. The wall is not, in fact, incomplete. Maybe the door is locked. But it is possible to climb in through a hole in the roof. Wow, invisible wall. Okay. Well, fortunately for you, game, this way exists. Invisible wall, and we're not allowed to go over there. Okay. So why would we move that wooden block about? Given that it's essentially... Would we do it to get up here for some reason? I don't imagine we could lift it up this slope. I don't think we could get it through that doorway. Let's start. Yep, that's as far as we're going that way. And that's as far that way. So they don't want it getting trapped in this corner. There we go. Try from here. Okay. Well then, we will. We may have trapped it. Nope. Again, why? I don't imagine it was covering anything meaningful. So, let us continue the experiment.
The current has an end.
Alright. And then do I push it out at some point? Or does it run down and hit that tree branch and become stuck? At which point I may be able to climb up onto it and over the obstacle. Well, I can bump it. So, there we are. All I had to do was look up. Now, nope. I'm going to have to pull it. Okay. I need to hold down the interaction key whilst holding a movement key, which makes it difficult to hold A sideways. Okay. Well, we could try pulling it. Nope. There we go. And again, please. Now, can we just go sideways from here? No. Probably could have. Not quite. A little bit more. Right. Let's try that. Now, what could be within this ruin? Well, another perfectly cubic block for us to use to climb out again.
This guard grants scant protection, but would make a sword lighter.
Okay. Improved guard regeneration. So not really necessarily... So I'm still not sure how guard works. Is stripped down to make the sword lighter, enabling the wielder to recover their guard more quickly after parrying blows. Oh, that's really... extremely minimal. And with 30, it's very tempting to grab one more upgrade. Food upgrade would be nice. But we do lose all food at the start of a chapter, so maybe not. I'll take a health upgrade and leave it at that. Save the other points for later. Might there be anything else in here at all that we can... Oh, look at that. That almost paid for my upgrade. I'd say we leave this hovel and continue on our quest. That was a little awkward motion blur on landing. I will check if there's a motion blur setting. If there is, we don't want it. Because motion blur on. Go on. There you go. Thank you. Because we are not watching Ridley Scott's Gladiator. Was it Ridley Scott? I think it was. Right. Motion blur now off. And it only looked impressive in one scene in that film, when a shot was taken from the main character's point of view during an intense action sequence. And it only looked impressive the first time. Viewing the scene on subsequent viewings, it did not look impressive. Okay, well maybe it did the second time, but not on a third or fourth.
As the Lord described. Follow the stream until you reach the tower. That is where the treacherous vermin go to ground.
And there's likely to be a lot of them, I'm afraid. Well, we have a chance of double food. Not sure we've seen it. Not sure we will, but hey. We might, at some point. That looks like an alternative path that should be explored. Although those trees look like they block off... Actually, you know what, that's... that bridge provides a good vantage point of this portion of the river. There may be foes upon it. Let's take the other path after all. And remind myself if there's a target lock button. We have change target left and right, which I simply haven't used yet at all, because I've maneuvered to position my target between myself and other attackers so far relatively successfully, he says. Okay, lovely. Too high and much too high. Really? No. Okay. So we're going that way then, are we? And leaping across there by the look of it. But first, that looks like the wrong kind of fungal growth on the side of that tree. And that probably is impassable, so let's just head on back, take a running jump at it, and clamber up here. That looks like the wrong way. This looks like the direction we are supposed to head in. I spy more mushrooms. Hear more sounds. Yeah, that looks like we'll be lucky if we can stand on it.
I am close now. I must be on my guard.
This does look like a dangerous clearing.
This'll keep the wolf at bay.
Should probably draw steel.
What's he?
Looks, I think he's pissing, lady. Or fishing with an invisible rod. We'll use the cover of the hedge and close upon him.
You! Turn back, stranger! You have no business here!
I have just cause with you and your fellows.
Yeah, but we took 2 damage to do that. Let's be grateful we gained an extra point of health.
The camp must be atop this ridge, beyond the tower.
It also is probably heavily guarded. Okay, let's see. Looks like we climb up there. And this looks like we explore around here, just in case they've left anything nice for us at the bottom. We do not climb those barrels, it seems, and are forced to take this path. That block. Yep. Let me guess. Looks like we might need it to get up on here. Yep, how predictable. Okay. I don't want it going any further, so no further it shall go. Come on, lady, you're right there. And we'll about turn and see what dangers may lie in wait.
To prevent others climbing.
I mean, that's one reason. And we have a lift that looks suspiciously out of place in this day and age. I'm not going to attempt cutting a rope, so that would be how they got up to here without needing to climb on that crate. However... Oh, just checking. Okay, let's see. Really? Okay. Fine. Oh, there is an interaction. It's just... What are we doing?
This winch is stiff, but it still works.
Let me guess. Okay, it won't go any higher. That's a problem. So what's the goal here? Oh, you're kidding. Let me guess. I now use it to lift up the crate, which has somehow magically managed to appear
It's harder.
on top of the platform rather than below it. Yes. That was indeed the case. Was I not supposed to do that? I suppose the idea is that I would climb all the way down there, put the crate on here, then, without the crate to aid me clambering back up onto that ledge, somehow get up there and all the way up here, and move this crate to the bottom of the stairs. Yes, clearly this is cutting-edge, box-pushing puzzle technology. The kind of thing that Cuphead game journalists would be proud of. Allegedly. If Cuphead game journalists could be proud of anything. I have never played Cuphead, I'm not a game journalist, but I have heard of the incident, and it's rather amusing. When the instructions are clearly on the screen, and he
Oh, that is a long drop.
ignores them. Does not read, just attempts. Okay, so looks like we're getting nothing there. So we might as well take a nice little run up. Let's not step on the loose, dangerous looking boards.
Oh, please don't break. Please don't break.
She tried to jump off the edge there.
Thank you. It is a mercy I'm not wearing plate.
I mean, you are on one arm. So just to be clear, she has been described as a knight-errant. Also, I should point out, it may be madness, it may be desperation, but his lordship was awfully willing to accept the fact that she was a knight, despite the fact she has made no claim as such, and as quite earlier pointed out, she is not a knight. She's probably grateful to be accepted as one. in all honesty, I wonder if it was Bianca who cut her hair for her. Because this is a boy's haircut. Very much so. Unless she was a nun, actually. They would have had quite short hair at this time as well. Getting such a haircut is the sort of thing which would get the Spanish Inquisition interested in you. You would be accused of witchcraft, devilry, and all sorts. Moreover, the person who made this haircut for her, and there's the blade that makes the sword complete, would be in just as much trouble. Although, for nowhere near as long, because they'd be in trouble for doing it, she'd be in trouble for having it until she'd managed to grow it out to something a little more respectable.
A light yet strong blade, forged more for one-handed styles.
Do we get to honour the dead?
The Lord said the Briganti camp was at this tower.
We do not get to honour the dead. Well, let's completely disassemble our sword and attach all parts to this new blade. Improved guard damage in one-handed stance. So like guard break, breaking enemy guard. Okay. Oh, that's like a Viking sword blade. Broad blade, wide fuller, and doesn't taper much towards the tip. That's very much a Viking sword blade, as is the pommel. The guard, not quite. The guard should still... Well, there's a few different guards that would suit this kind of sword, and this isn't quite it. So this is now a... Wait. Did they call this light? To prevent the sword from breaking against armour and bones, a deep groove has been introduced along the entire length of the blade to reduce its weight and increase its elasticity. A diamond-shaped blade, so a ridge, not a fuller. Got it. Okay. But that is very much an Anglo-Saxon or Viking sword blade, which in the 1300s would be extremely rare. I mean, don't get me wrong, a broad, fuller could be possible, but the blade would still taper significantly. Also, you guys are going to fucking die.
Noise enough to wake all the demons in hell.
Oh, good. Then you shall see face justice for your ill.
I've taken enough damage as it is. Not the healing supplies I'd hoped for. I should probably just leave it at that. But I think I heal one more. And try to spread the health across multiple encounters. That's a dagger I'm not getting, the sword over there I'm also not getting. We are not going
The
to
alarm has been raised. I must push on.
use the enemy's weapons against them. What's that? Okay. Well, therefore glory. Free? Well, bugger. Back, back. Yeah, mate, you're dead. Ow. And down you go. Ow. And we are well and truly shagged. And again, please. And desperately search for healing supplies. Oh, look, there's some stuff right over here. Nope, that's tools. At least the music's excited about our progress and achievements. Although our rapidly dwindling healing supplies should make us concerned. And remember, we can't hold to block. Holding block is our heavy weapon stance. That reminds us more for me than you guys.
This camp is larger than I feared.
Really, lady?
Turn back. Not now.
I mean, it seems pretty... Hello?
Oh, that smells good.
Smells good, tastes good. The enticement to spend even more. Fuck it. There we go. Let me guess. We duck under instead of just lifting it aside.
Give the others time. I know what has to be done. I'll kill you.
Ha! You may try.
Okay, back it up, lady. Back it up. Because Mr. Lightblade is here. Oh, you know, sing, you bastard. Die! Says the sword. My sword speaks. It has your name on it. Also, I is deaded very soon. Look, she's clearly driven by hatred and fury, not protecting herself. Then again, generally, when women fight, they do not defend, they mostly attack. That's a massive overgeneralization. But you know the old cliches, women fight dirty, they throw everything they can in, just going for as much damage as possible. Clearly, that is the case with Aeta.
Have all the others fled? No, they must be here. Bianca must be here.
Lady, you may be guilty of... Wait, what's this? Ah! Grub. Well, let's consume some of it. Those apples would do nicely in our pouch as well.
This shall come in useful.
Extremely useful. Right about now, in fact. We won't have much by way of healing supplies for our next fight, but... 20 points is still 20 points. A food upgrade might be nice, but again, we're needing to use so much that we don't end up carrying that much. So let's hold off. What's that? It's floating oak leaves. And a box we cannot open. Well, pain and death awaits. And there's a doll.
So, you're the young knight who's brought chaos to this camp.
Oh, here we go.
I beg a moment to talk. Do you grant it?
Speak then. But know that the words of a murderer and a thief hold little weight with me.
Yeah, you're quick and free with that blade. This camp harbors all kinds. We're not criminals.
You murder. You kidnap. I take no pleasure in bloodshed, yet your actions demand it.
Her sword has
I swore an
changed
oath
back.
of justice.
An oath? To who? Exactly. To God. Our Lady Mary. No. No, that was not your meaning. Not to that craven who calls himself the Lord of these lands. Oh, he must have rejoiced to find someone so earnest. We toiled for him. We filled his silos with grain, his coffers with coin. And for what? When the pestilence came, he turned his back on us all. He locked his gate and told us to face our judgment. He left us with nothing. We did what we must.
Turning on others. Raiding. Plundering.
What do you know about the cost of surviving? Do you have any idea how hard it is to feed a family, little lord? Do you believe I enjoyed the things I've done?
And yet you did them still.
May you find peace at Blade's End. And what the fuck happened to my sword there? Okay. What the fuck? That is some very odd behavior.
We did what we had to survive.
Oh,
Swore an oath.
To a full slaughter.
okay, well that's bad. He's clearly regained all his composure. Ow! There we go, deaded. Excellent. The pain continues. Ow. Don't know what I'm supposed to do here, but it's a lot of pressing. There we go. Okay. Third time when I'm tempted to take a break. Fucking what? Okay, so them putting dodge on the Alt key puts it right next to the Windows key. Yeah, it's just not happening. They give him a whole second bar of health and my fucking wrist is starting to hurt, so yeah, joy. So the dodge just isn't working, okay? Out. How? Okay, so in that second stage, he just seems to be unblockable. Fuck's sake. We are just not going to make it through. This is not the run. Fuck's sake. Oh god. I don't know what I'm supposed to do when we go into that bind. I mean, fucking hell, I just... back it up, lady, for fuck's sake. I can't. I need a fucking break. Oh, my fucking wrist. Okay, so the repeated force tapping is really annoying. Gameplay. I mean, I fucking hate QuickTime events in the first place. They should never have been in games, ever since Geoff Capes' World's Strongest Man for the BBC Model B computer back in the 1980s, which was a fucking joke. Looks like we have just... I mean, it's left mouse button. It's unclear whether it's rapidly press it or press and hold. It wasn't press and hold in the other QuickTime event from moving the beam, so I'm going to presume it's rapidly spam the button this time as well, which just really hurts. Obviously my arthritis is starting to get the better of me now, and I could really do with a break. Unfortunately, I have a feeling that if I stop now, I'm going to have to replay the whole bloody chapter from the beginning. Oh my god. Right, hang on. I think we have to parry this fight a lot. I mean, how the fuck am I supposed to survive that? I'm doing better, but it still hurts like hell. Okay, let's back it up. Not give him too long to recover, otherwise we'll have to do the whole fucking thing all over again. Oh wait, I do have that.
We did what we had to survive.
Just fucking die. I know better.
I swore an oath.
To a full slaughter.
So, I rediscovered the charging lunging attack, which is like a press and hold. Can I get into the bind? And then take the charge attack. And then back it the fuck up, lady, because he's gonna start his mental flurry of blows. Fucking Dark Souls dodge fighting. Fucking hate it. Right. Oh really? He dodged that time. Excellent.
We did what we had to survive.
Yep, not ideal, but I'll take it. Okay.
To a full slaughter.
Oh, you're stuck. Excellent. I'm not going to complain. Except for the fact that I need to be close to you and getting hit to stand a chance of winning.
I'm found wanting then. Strike. Make it clean.
I'm not sure that's the best choice, lady.
I have fulfilled my oath. Defeat their leader and end the threat they pose. Do you and your men still pose a threat?
What words or assurance can I give that you would trust?
I seek word of a young postulant. She was kidnapped from my town by your men.
Not my men. They were once the Lord's guards. A violent lot. They stayed in our camp for a time before heading south. Must have been they that raided your town. 2 weeks passed. They were seen again, heading north with spoils. I did not see a postulant with them, but if they took prisoners, then your charge is with them. I know not where they headed.
Innocence depend on you. So I will spare your life. But heed my words. You and your men have a choice. To make an honest living. Should I learn that you have turned once again to banditry, I will come and claim your head.
Right. That was suitably challenging. However, I only won because he got stuck on the scenery. I'm not going to complain because my bloody hands and wrist hurt. And I needed a break. And we got to the new skill tree where things are probably going to cost 30 or 40, and I shouldn't have wasted so much getting here, but hey, we'll look at it in a moment or two. Might as well find out. I suppose now we will at least go back to his lordship before heading further south, although Aeta may be so driven by hatred and a desire for vengeance, she won't even bother returning to let him know the deed is done. and the game may skip over any such return to him in favour of going on her pursuit. And saying she did go back, but that's all done off camera. Long time loading, so I'm sensing a cutscene more than just a level beginning, but it may be a new level here. We'll find out soon enough, and when I can look at the new skill tree, I shall. Long time loading indeed. There we go.
Frati.
In his name, I smite thee!
Hold! Stop this madness!
Some
I'm
attacks
not your
cannot be
foe.
blocked. Okay.
The knight, the Briganti.
I saw the attack and was compelled to aid you.
The Lord bless you.
A blind penitent, perhaps?
It is an honor to meet you, Don.
Aeta. Just Aeta.
Apologies, mio Salvatore. I was overcome with righteous fury, having seen my brothers hacked down like wheat.
Who are you?
Nessuno. Nobody. A servant of God. I bring his merciful word to those who sin. Your skills with a blade would be most welcome in our task. Come. We shall pray and recover together. There is a villa nearby.
A generous offer. But I swore a vow and must continue on my own quest.
I understand. What is the nature of this vow? Our order of Flagellanti would assist a fellow brother, if you would join us.
I searched for a young woman who was kidnapped by the Briganti and taken north. Bianca is her name.
Why, you were doubly blessed. A woman of that name came to join our order mere days ago. Will you not reconsider my invitation?
You must be speaking of another Bianca. The one I know is headstrong and would not willingly join any holy order.
All women are stubborn and in need of much guidance. The sin of Eve makes all her daughters weak to temptation.
He sounds like a
But
serpent.
you will see. Follow me.
There are many women not so easily tempted. The Bianca I know is one of them. No. I must decline.
You cannot turn from him. Turn from me. I speak his word and know his will.
Release me. I stay my sword for a holy man, but you test my patience, Padre.
The end of days are here, good night. Demons roam the hills in the skins of men. The Pope has betrayed Rome, and I am your only hope of salvation now.
I can save myself.
Are we to fight again?
Then go with God, my child. When we meet again, may you see the error of your ways and repent. As will that postulant and all other such pretenders.
I sense we shall meet again. And if Bianca was dragged off to the flagellants, she may have had no choice.
No, it cannot be. Bia.
Perhaps now she follows him after all. Although perhaps also the game will now give me control of the character. Excellent. Let's look at these new skills. For 15, Grand Stoccata adds one new heavy attack to the one-handed stance. See if I can remember how to do heavy attacks. Is the heavy attack the hold and click? I can't remember. And Gran Fendente, one new heavy to the two-handed stance, if I can remember how to do heavy. So perfect parry. Parrying at the last moment deals guard damage, presumably to the enemy, which is right click and alt. Right click and alt? What a nightmare. Oh, very annoying. So, our guard upgrade then presumably is to... I'm going to upgrade this. This is like our poise. And possibly the amount of times we can block or guard in a row before our defense is broken and enemy attacks just come straight through at us. Unless I'm completely misunderstanding how this works. And I could grab a food upgrade as well, or just wait. For now, though, we've completed another chapter, so I think I'm going to end things here. Obviously, the road is blocked off behind us. We're not going to be allowed to cross over that very low tree trunk, because it's backwards and out of the adventure. For now, though, I'm going to leave this episode here. I hope you've all enjoyed this one. Yeah, we'll see about that. And I will be interested to know what your thoughts are of my theory regarding Bianca being a villain at the end of the story, rather than someone in need of salvation who brags about how she saved herself from a horrible life and we were foolish not to do the same, or something like that. An unrepentant knave in the making, no doubt. But we shall see. Yeah, so feel free to share any thoughts on my theory regarding Bianca, or anything else regarding this game, to be honest. Yeah. It's a bit feminist, bit modern agenda. Not as much, nowhere near as much as the developers made out, but still a lot more than it needed to be. And see you all in the next one. Bye for now, everyone.